Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the multiverse, wherever you might be listening on this Earth, some parallel Earth, or even somewhere that the video has the videos but does not have the comics. My name is Rogue Convoy, and this is day 2 now of the Defenders versus Defenders tournament. So today we're going to talk about Open Round 1 again. In this case, we're going to talk about Jessica Jones. And, yesterday we talked about Luke Cage and the Soldier Supreme. So with that, we are going to dive right in. So sit back, relax, put the tray tables back up, and let's travel to Earth 616. Let's meet the woman behind the purple hair. Trust me, that makes sense after you kind of come to the realization that and the jewel. So her nick, we'll talk about that later. Let's dive into day 2 of this tournament with Ultimate Mayhem, Jessica Jones edition. So, again, we're not taking the bias of the shows. We're doing it from comic perspective of it, so it gives a fair and advantaged edge to both sides, not just one or the other. Jessica Campbell, a.k.a. remember the show? A.k.a. Jessica Jones. A.k.a. Jessica Jones was born and brought up in Forest Hills, Queens, New York, and basically New York City. Jessica attended the same high school as Peter Parker, even attending some of the same classes as him at that point. Jessica had a crush on Peter, but was never able to tell him. She had been following him in the Hall of Science when he got bitten by the spider that gave him his powers. And Jessica tried to follow him out of the building, but lost sight of him on the process, and she was nearly hit by a truck when someone pulled her to safety, and then Jessica ran away. Do I really want to talk about this? So basically, we'll sum this up a little bit easier. Jessica was caught masturbating by her brother to the Human Torch, and basically interrupted. Yeah, moving on. The family had received tickets to Disney World from Tony Stark, and they obviously all went on a trip together. So the dad's employer at the time was Stark Industries. On the way home from Disney World, Jessica had been arguing with her brother as their car had collided with a military convoy that had been carrying a bunch of radioactive chemicals in it. Twist of fate much? Her entire family was killed, and she survived the entire thing, being exposed to the chemicals in the truck. So obviously they hit the side of the truck and chemicals leaked out, and she got exposed to it. The rest of the family went dead. Jessica had fallen into a coma, but had woken up when the Fantastic Four had fought Galactus. So basically the Silver Surfer's thing, and the guy that eats all the worlds. The event itself gave off a lot of cosmic radiation. After she had awakened from her coma, she was placed in an orphanage and eventually adopted by Alyssa Jones and her husband. So, again, this is why we're not using the TV shows, because the TV show had it all wrong. And she took their last name, and when she had recovered, she had realized that she had superhuman strength and durability. So when she got up, recovered, and she basically realized, yeah, I've got powers now. So her new parents enrolled her back into the same high school that she once was in. But this time, though, basically Jessica kept getting shunned by a lot of her classmates, including Flash Thompson. So now Peter, her crush from before, and also Spider-Man, tried to make her friends with her by sharing the same spirit that they both lost family members. Jessica believed that he was just pitying her because of it, and she eventually just lashed out and took her anger out at him. She had run away from him, and then she would learn she was able to fly. So as she was running away, she figured out how she can. Oh, look, I can fly. Again, they don't cover that in the show. They really should have. Would have been interesting to watch Kristen Ritter flying around. When she first learned this, she had crashed into the Hudson River and had to be rescued by Thor. I don't know why an Avenger is saving her, but okay, moving on. She then tried her powers out once more, but she landed on Scorpion by mistake. So as most people know, Scorpion is a Spider-Man villain with the long tail and the thing comes over his head, which caused him to be dazed for long enough for him to be captured. Jessica then saw the fight between Spider-Man and Sandman, and that was the moment she realized she could use her powers for good. That's where she realized that moment. Jessica had attempted to do the hero thing, but came up with the alias Jewel, which she used for 4 years. So she used these alias for 4 years. Obviously, purple hair, blue and blue shirt and pants and stuff. She would then team with Miss Marvel. So as we know, Kamala Khan stretching. We'll talk about her in a much later video. Whom she met while she was fighting Dr. Octopus. And while she was Jewel, she had also teamed up with Power Man, as I believe is Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, which we all know is Danny Rand. Finn Jones, you suck, dude. And when they were first starting out, the three took a picture to celebrate the occasion. It is something she would do much later on with the Avengers as well. It was also at this point where Jessica would team with the Thing, even though he would not remember this later on. She also teamed with Ant-Man early on in his career as a hero, and the two became a couple. So eventually she started dating Ant-Man. So there's not really much more information about how when she was Jewel, because papers obviously weren't following her at that point. And eventually at one point she came across a restaurant where two guys were fighting. That's where she met Kilgrave for the first time. Kilgrave manages to overpower Jessica's will and took hold of her and told her to keep the police at bay so that he could finish his meal in peace. And obviously she went and did as she was told. He's got his little influence on her. Jessica had been prisoner of the Purple Man. So again, Kilgrave, dressed up all in purple. Moving on. For 8 months. Though he never used her for sexual acts, she was more used as an accomplice to his many, many things that he was doing wrong. Bank robberies, murder, all that stuff. She went and attacked Daredevil at a random location, and she was given an order to let no one stand in her way. Once Jessica had been far enough away from Kilgrave where his pheromones were not influencing her anymore, she got confused as to what was going on, but continued on with her mission anyway. And somebody's making some noise. Jessica first attacks the Scarlet Witch because her costume was the same color as Daredevil, so the red, the pink, the red hat, crown. And Jessica, and then she snapped after she's basically hit. After she had hit her, she snapped out of Kilgrave's control. She realized what she was doing. Jessica, out of fear, ran away because she figured the Avengers and Defenders would attack her, but she was found and had been nearly killed by Iron Man and Vision. So, of everything that had happened, obviously, she's getting attacked by Iron Man and Vision. Jean Grey was again one of the ones. So one of the X-Men appeared, helped her out, get her out of the coma and stuff. And for the next several months, she had recovered and asked to join the Avengers, but she refused on principle. So we're going to talk a little bit about her abilities now, and then we will call it a day. So there's never been so we're going to talk about her superhuman strength here. There's never been proper documentation when it comes to her upper strength levels. Jessica, though, has been shown strong enough to lift a police car with ease, and even throw it a short distance. She was able to knock out Spider-Woman with a single punch, and Jessica, when she first found out about her powers, pushed a tree over with ease and punched through a metal taxi. Engine. Done. She was also able to run into Atlas with ease and give him a bloody nose. Okay, so she's got superhuman durability. Jessica can resist certain types of injuries compared to most normal humans, especially when it comes to impacts. When she was being shot at, she mentioned that only the bullets would only ruin her jacket, but it did not know if she was actually bulletproof or not. She did get a cut on her back, which did make a wound, but only required light bandaging to heal it. Jessica, though, had suffered severe injuries while fighting the Avengers, especially Vision, and basically was able to withstand being punched by a normal human. So all the stuff that had happened, she basically, we'll talk about that in the next little bit here. So an accelerated healing factor. Jessica can heal quicker than most normal humans, but she tends to give up some of her durability to combine with this. With her ability to heal, she can clear up severe damage with medical assistance in several weeks without any lasting remaining scars and stuff. Jessica can live longer than most humans, but that's because of the cosmic radiation by Galactus, so she has quite a longevity. Flight, she doesn't use it because she gets airsick and does have a hard time flying. So after her time so this is for telepathic resistance, so this will be good for against weapon hex. After her time with the Purple Man, Jessica had learned blocks put up in her mind by Jean Grey. These blocks tend to resist some mind control, even if the mind control is pheromones versus telepathic. She had to trigger this resistance at first on her own, and she was able to resist the leader of the reliving reality. So she's a private investigator. She's a well-trained combatant after, she kind of learned how to fight on her own, but then Avengers kind of showed her basics. And they don't know her true strength. So with that is the abilities, somewhat of the history and powers of Jessica Jones. Tomorrow in the next video, so we're not going to say tomorrow, we're going to say in the next video we're going to talk about, this wonderful one right here, as she's known, Weapon Hex. It is a combination of Wanda, Maximoff, and X-23. And with that, let the multiverse be your guide. Let it open new doors, and hope it leads you to somewhere fun. My name is Rogue Convoy, and this has been day 2, part 1 of my tournament. And this has been just Ultimate Mayhem with Jessica Jones edition.